welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all having a good day and a good week so far. I just want to start off by saying if my face looks weird or my voice sounds weird, I'm just a very sick person, so nothing's wrong. I'm happy, but I'm just not feeling well. And I just didn't want that to stop me from talking about something that I really love, which is Vera Bradley. I wanted to bring the new style bowler and Happy Snails into the picture today because I found something really interesting, and I've seen this, bless you, my cat sneezed. I've seen this before with other bag styles, and I just want to talk about it because I find it really interesting. So I have the new style bowler and Happy Snails, but browsing through Poshmark, which is a dangerous activity for me, I found the old style bowler in the pattern Happy Snails. I wasn't looking for it. I was just scrolling through. That's always my excuse. I wasn't looking for it. I was just scrolling through and I saw this, and you might know from my other videos that I kind of deemed this my favorite bowler out of the new and the old style. For many different reasons, which I can touch on very briefly in this video, but if you want to check that out, I think I have a few bowler videos on my channel, including a separate review of the new style bowler and a comparison video of the new style and the old style. So I just thought I was seeing things because I was scrolling through Poshmark, and the person had in their description Happy Snails bowler. And I clicked on it and I was like, that looks like the old style bowler. And I was looking at all the pictures. I saw the front magnetic pockets, the big zipper pocket on the back. You know, it's more rounded at the top instead of, a little bit pointed with the new style. And the price was good. The person said it was new, that it was only used a couple times. Sometimes you got to take those descriptions with a grain of salt. I'm tending to ask more questions now, especially I'm going through something on eBay right now that I was hoping would resolve, but it's not resolving. There were red flags in the beginning of my purchase that I should have just moved on, but the item was so cool. It's a Vera Bradley item. It was so cool that I really wanted it. So now I'm going through problems on eBay. So I'm going off on a little tangent here. Just saying, you always want to be careful when you're purchasing things online, because sometimes what people say isn't what you're going to get. And sometimes you won't even get what you pay for. That's how bad it can be sometimes. But anyway, the person on Poshmark said that this was in new condition. They said it was a Vera Bradley bowler and Happy Snails. I ended up sending in an offer for this, and I didn't ask for a low ball offer. It was just maybe a few dollars less than what they had listed it for. And the reason being, Poshmark is a lot different than eBay, and that the shipping is standard. So you know how some people on eBay, they might have this listed for, let's say, $20 free shipping. Poshmark is always going to have shipping. I think it's $6.79, which is quite ridiculous if you're just getting a Vera Bradley ID case, for example. You shouldn't have to pay $6.79 to have that shipped to you. But that's just how Poshmark is. They have that standard set shipping, and then they also add fees at the end, which they call taxes. But, which are taxes. I'm just saying, when you go in to purchase something, just keep that in mind, that you're going to have the shipping and those taxes they're always going to be there. It doesn't change. Whereas eBay, it could be different every time because the person could have free shipping, or maybe they don't list the shipping cost. It's always good to reach out to those people to see what your final cost would be if that's something you care about. Anyway, I did reach out to the person selling this on Poshmark, and I sent in an offer, and she accepted it right away. And so the cool thing about Poshmark, though, is when you send in an offer, it'll calculate all those fees and taxes and shipping as if the person selling the item has accepted the offer. So if I send in an offer of, say, $10, and before Poshmark submits the offer to the seller, they'll show me my offer, the shipping, the fees and taxes, and then the total. So if the seller accepts, I know exactly what I'm paying for. And another thing, you can set eBay up to do this, I'm pretty sure, but on Poshmark, it'll automatically debit your card. So, like, you could be at work and, like, send in an offer on your lunch break, and then at the end of the day, if your offer is accepted and you go on your app and you check, you'll see that it already took the money off your card if the offer was accepted, and that the item is on its way to you. Whereas on eBay, the way I have it set up is that if I send in an offer on something, or for example, we're just talking offers, I guess, and if someone accepts it, it'll like go into my little purchase section, but it will have not debited my card, even though eBay has my card. So you probably can set that up where eBay can just take it off automatically. I don't have it set up like that. I have it where I'll have to go back in and pay for it. And so, but I keep track of my eBay, and so I make sure that I'm not going to go in and purchase something and not pay for it for like a few days or whatever. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit to kind of explain the background of this purchase. But the seller was very honest. They shipped it immediately, which Poshmark can be funny sometimes because they're not as strict I would say they are strict, but sometimes it takes people a while to send your stuff. They have like a 3 to 5 day period to actually ship the item to you. And so I think the longest it has taken me to get an item from Poshmark was like 2.5 weeks. And it got to the point where it was past Poshmark's shipping guidelines. And at that point, you can reach out to Poshmark and say something. And I think this was like a long time ago. I was starting to get worried because they hadn't shipped it, they haven't updated it. And you got to be careful with Poshmark too, because sometimes people on Poshmark list something and they either have sold it already but forgot to take the listing down, like they sold it on another platform like eBay or Mercari or whatever, or they just haven't been on their Poshmark account for like months. You can tell though, because if you click on the item, you can see the Posher and the last time they updated the item. So if it's been months since they've updated the item, or if you check the comment section and there are questions that haven't been answered, those are signs that the person has checked out and they are no longer keeping an eye on their item. So please take those signs as something to pay attention to, because I've had that happen to me where I've like messaged people on there or I've purchased something and then I don't hear from them for like a couple of weeks, and then that's when you know there's a problem. But the way Poshmark battles that problem is that Poshmark holds that money. So you pay the seller, but Poshmark holds that until you, the buyer, gets the item, reviews it online. Like you have to choose between 1 or 5 stars, and then you have the option to write a comment. And then once you submit that, Poshmark in theory releases that money to the seller. So that's their way of kind of battling the whole like fraud thing, which I really like about Poshmark. I know if I have a problem, or if I get my item and it's not like it was described online, if it's like dirty, or if it has tears in it, or if the person completely lied, I could include that in my review of the product. And Poshmark, I guess they decide what the penalty is for the seller. This is kind of turning into a Poshmark rant, but for any of you who are new to Poshmark or have never used it before, those are some tips to follow. I know when I first got Poshmark, I think in like 2016, it was completely new to me. I made my little profile, and it's kind of like it's almost like a social media profile. And you know, you have a closet and you can add things to your closet for people to buy, but don't forget, it's just like eBay. My cat literally is like on top of the cupboards and he's gonna like fall down. He goes up there all the time, but he knocks stuff over every time he goes up there. So I'm like always worried about him. I have one cat that loves to be high up all the time, and the other never leaves the ground. Like, he doesn't jump up on surfaces. The other one has to be at the highest point of the apartment at all times. And so that cat is Popey, the black one that you might have seen in videos before. I don't think Cully has ever, like, been in my videos, but yeah, anyway, sorry about that. He just worries me sometimes. Anyway, that's just a little bit of background on purchasing on Poshmark. And so anyway, when I saw this, I was really intrigued because Vera Bradley made the new style and old style bowlers both in Happy Snails. I don't know how that works or how they decide that. Maybe as soon as Happy Snails came out, they switched from the old to the new style bowler. So they decided to make both in the same pattern. Or maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. I don't fully understand it. If you know, please let me know. I just find it really interesting. But I am more of a fan of the old style, and I'll go through the reasons real quick. So when I saw it in Happy Snails, the price was right. The person said it was like new, and she was telling the truth, thank goodness. I still did wash it because, with Vera Bradley, they're, for the most part, they're cloth quilted items and things like that, just like clothing. They pick up scents no matter where they are, whether it's like perfume or if they're in storage and it's gained like a musty smell, whatever it is, they pick up some sort of scent. And so I took the hard base in the bottom, I took that out and threw it in the wash. So it's all clean. And I really, really like this particular style, which is why I decided to get it in Happy Snails. I already have 3 of the original style bowlers. I have it in Symphony and Hue, Make Me Blush, and now Happy Snails. So basically, the reason why I'm more of a fan of the old style bowler, I gotta say the only thing I probably like better about the new style over the old style are the front pockets, and mainly because they're bigger and they're just big slip pockets, so I can just fit my phone right in the front. But I don't think my phone is going to fit in the little flat pockets. I do like these. I like these pockets. They're really cute, but I just wish they went down to the bottom of the bag. They don't. They stop right about there. That's the only thing. But my solution for that is that I just throw everything into this back zip pocket. Like my keys are in there, chapstick, hand sanitizer in there. I throw my phone in there. I just keep this pocket open because if there's nothing of like extreme value in here, like I said, unless I have my phone, I'll zip it up. Or if I put my keys in there, I'll zip it up. So that's my solution for that. And it's not that big of a deal. I mean, this bag has a lot of great features that I could look past that. But I really like that it is, I like the rounded shape. This one has more of like a rectangular shape at the top. I like the rounded shape, and it is bigger. It's like that you can get more in this old style one than you can in this one. I mean, you could see the bottom here, and I just put a towel in here so it's not completely flat, and then the bottom here. So just look at the difference there. So, and like I said, if you want to see like a more in-depth review, I don't want to take up too much of your time talking about something I already did on my channel, but also another thing that I like, and please excuse my medicine in here, is that the interior is quilted. And I truly love this giant zip pocket on the back. Like, you can get so much in there, and if you have a lot that you just want to keep extra protected by a secondary zipper, you have that big zipper. I mean, I can fit this medium cosmetic in there if I wanted to. That's how big it is. And I really like that. Now this one opens up nice and wide too. I will say this one is a little bit more stiff, I think, because it is the newer style and it's not quilted on the inside. And I'm not saying I don't like this. I still like this one. But if I had to choose between the old and the new, I would definitely pick the old style. Plus the zipper on the back is just a little bit smaller. And as I showed you here, it's like full. It goes from one end to the other. And so those are just little differences, but they mean something to me. And so when I saw this, I was just intrigued because I can't tell you how many times I've looked on eBay for stuff and I've never seen the same pattern in two different iterations of an item, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we've got the new and the old in the same pattern. Like I said, I'm sure that's happened before. I know I've seen things in Symphony and Hue. For example, on Poshmark, I saw like a newer style hipster in Symphony and Hue, and then the older style with the little flap pocket on the front in Symphony and Hue. Like I've seen things like that before. So I knew in the back of my mind that existed. I guess I just don't fully understand why that happens, but I just find it interesting. Which is why this was also like a purchase that I was really excited about, because I really like the old style. And when I got the new style in Happy Snails, I didn't realize that there would be an old style in one of my favorite patterns. So I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to share that with you today. Oh, there is actually one more thing. I think I broke down and I ordered from the online outlet. I noticed a lot of other people in the Vera Bradley Buzz group have experienced, I wouldn't say like, I guess maybe a little bit of a delay in shipping. And I looked at one of the posts and people said that, they contacted Vera Bradley and they said that they were so busy this past online outlet sale that they are a little bit behind on the shipping. That's fine with me, that's okay. But I wasn't gonna purchase anything. I needed to take a break. And I think what's coming in from the online outlet sale, which is just something I've been wanting to try, but I've been holding back on, so that's coming in. That's the last thing, Vera, that I have coming in for a while. I promise this time. I just need to take a little bit of a break. My wallet needs it. So, but there is one thing that I did get. Actually, I didn't bring the other two things. I'll have to show those in my next video, because I'd hate to just leave and, just leave you alone for a little bit. But I'll definitely bring those into the other video when I get my online outlet stuff. But I found an ID case. This is the clip zip ID in Yellowbird with a bird on the back. And when I first saw this, it was in a lot of other items. There were a couple other small items in the lot on eBay, and the person had just listed it. I think I put like Vera Bradley newly listed, on eBay. And I saw this, and the person like had a low bidding price, and then another button that said make an offer. And so I went ahead and made an offer, and right after I did that, I started to think, and I was like, okay, maybe the price on this is so low because there are flaws. I messaged the seller and asked them that, and they said, oh, this isn't a damaged lot. Everything is fine. I made a mistake. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what's she talking about? So I went back and looked at the post. In the title, I don't know how I missed this. It said, I can't remember if it said damaged or broken, but it said one of those two words, which are two words you don't really want to see in your Vera Bradley listing anyway. I saw that and I was like, oh shoot, like there's something wrong with one of these or all of these items in this little lot. And they're just little items. But I messaged her and I said, yeah, it does say damaged in your title. Like what's damaged? And she said, oh no, that was a mistake. The items in this lot are flawless. I actually meant to put the word damaged in another listing. She's like, if you don't believe me, you can check here. And I did. And she was telling the truth. But I tried to look really closely at the listing and at the pictures to see if anything's like ripped or if something's really stained or something's broken. I couldn't see anything. And so I went ahead, with the offer that she accepted. And so I went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to do it. So I paid for it. She shipped really fast. I washed the items. I even washed this. It came out really good. However, there is a flaw. The other 2 items are okay. There is a flaw with this one. I'm not mad though, because I mean, maybe she didn't know that, because, okay, let's start here. Because I'm so obsessed with Vera Bradley, I'm not like an expert by any means, but I have enough ID cases to know the difference between them. And so this is the clip zip ID. I should have brought out one of my other clip zip IDs, but clip zip ID gets its name because it has a little lobster claw clip at the end of the zipper that comes off. There's like a little chain and then a lobster claw clip. So you can clip it to your purse or your wallet or your belt, whatever. And so that was missing off of this zipper. So if you have darn it, I don't have it with me, but if you have a regular ID case, you just get actually, I might have that with me. Maybe, please be in here. Yes. Okay, so if you have a regular ID case, you're gonna have one of these on your regular ID case, your regular zip ID. One of these rings with Vera Bradley. This is one of the older rings. They look different now, but that's what you're gonna have on the regular zip ID case. On the clip zip ID case, you are going to have a lobster claw clip. This one didn't. So that is a flaw because it's missing that. I don't care because usually I would, but because it's just, I don't really use that clip. I do like having it and I think it's nice. The lobster claw clip is almost too small to be able to clip it to anything anyway. You can't, it doesn't fit on a belt loop. It doesn't fit on a purse strap. It's not really gonna clip anywhere. But, so I wasn't too mad about that. As you could see, the zipper is actually faded to silver too because it's, originally black. Other than that, the ID case itself is in good condition. Maybe a little bit faded, but it's nothing like completely major. But the fact that it has the bird on it, like the bird right on the ID case, it's hard to get the bird on like a regular size bag sometimes. So to like have an item that's so small actually have a bird land on it. I mean, right in the middle too, not cut off by the tag or the stitching or anything. It's like smack dab in the middle. I can't be mad about that. So I took this ring off of one of my old zip ID cases that I used in college that is absolutely beat up, worn down, because as a college student, I took that thing everywhere. It was, I didn't really carry a purse back then. I just carried my ID case, and so it's been everywhere. And so this ring is actually a little bit tarnished. You might be able to see the pink around there. So I just took it off of that ID case. And I had it in the bag because I did put it on this zipper here to see how I liked it. And I did like it, so I'm just gonna keep it in my purse. I just wanted to take that off because I knew I wanted to do a video today. And I took that off because that's not how this comes. It doesn't come with that big ring. It comes with that little chain and then lobster claw or clasp or whatever it's called. It comes with that. If I remember for my next video, I'll bring in one of my older clip zip IDs. Actually, I might have a video on my channel somewhere with my clip zip ID. I'm sure I do. But like I said, I don't want to like get up, walk away, and go dig for it and then come back because that's just rude. And I'm filming this on my tablet, so I'm not Miss like fancy editor. So hopefully one day I can, do a little bit better on that. But yeah, so that's just what I wanted to show. I just thought that was really cute. And once I get my eBay debacle figured out, if it ever gets resolved and if I ever get my money back, which I'm sure eBay will foot the bill if the seller is still being the way they are being. I'll talk a little bit more about that experience, but I just want to get through all of this first, and then I'll talk about like actually what I bought and more about what happened, if that's something you're interested in hearing. If not, then that's okay too. But yeah, so I'm really happy with this. As you know, I love using these as my wallet. The ID case and the clip zip ID case are my favorite wallet items. They're small, they fit in my pocket. Sometimes I just take my phone and my ID case, and that's all I have with me. I really like that this can slip into almost any pocket. Here, actually, I'm wearing something with pockets right now, so it just fits right in there. I went to the grocery wearing this zip hoodie yesterday, and I just literally threw it in my pocket with my phone, and that's all I needed with me. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer that that clip is missing, but as I said, it was in a lot. I paid very little for it, so I'm okay. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back. My next video will hopefully have my online outlet order in it, and I'll talk a little bit about the item and the pattern. I'm really excited because this is my first item in this pattern, so I will be back soon. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.